Hello, welcome to today's analysis of the NQ and a little bit of the ES. So yesterday I made a video and I actually forgot to post it. I had the pages up to post on Discord and on YouTube, and I just never did. I was just really tired, I guess, and I did the video and everything, and I streamed, and I just never posted it. But yeah, like yesterday, I mentioned I went through all of this and what they could do. I'm very happy with it. There was a 2-hour order block up here, and we had a order block down here that they had inducement on, and I was expecting these to get hit. I didn't know which they would hit first. I had a few stop outs here, thinking they might come for this first, and then they just pushed it up for US to come into the order block, the 2-hour one, and then come straight down into the other one. So both of those points were hit really nicely. Happy with that. Why did I have this block marked? Well, I was talking about this consolidation not feeling like it would be a very important resistance point, given what we had above it and other reasons. Maybe I talked about that 2 days ago. I might have. But nevertheless, I believed it was still so yesterday. Now this block did give us this sharp retracement. Like, this was crazy, this pullback, but it was, it was in bullish context. So this wasn't like a structure breaking move or anything. This was just aggressive hitting bids. So then, yeah, they took internal liquidity, blah, blah, blah. This was yesterday. We ranged out. UK had a big push up into this block, and yeah, US rejected heavily from it, down into this nice support area and this demand. Got a very strong buyback from this, and we're here now in Asia. It's going to be an early video today. So UK is not opening for another about 2.5 hours. But let's do some TA anyway, see what they can do. It's going to be a quick video. I'm just going to go over kind of local stuff for Friday, and maybe reference some bigger stuff for what they could focus on next week. Well, immediately, I took a trade off this kind of aggressive push down into structure. They left Sydney's low on NQ, but they took it very slightly on the ES, but it still seemed overall very bullish. We tapped into this order block here. This was a break of structure down, but we're coming into demand, and it seemed like a nice area to catch a little cheeky long. So I took this for a 2.6, exited here, because I saw that we were kind of filling some imbalances that were present, and money flow looked like it could it could do what it's doing now. So I exited, coming into Sydney's initial balance as well. It just seemed like a good exit. And then I got in again, because I noticed as we pushed up, we had left, if we go on to the 15-second, you'll see that there was a little imbalance underneath this low, which they tapped into, and money flow was looking good. I don't know if this is going to carry us up. It might not. They might want to come deeper into this area. We do have reasons for them to come down for UK. So whether they push up and take more liquidity here to reverse it for UK, or they just pull it straight in for UK, I don't know. But I'm in a small long position. I don't mind if it gets stopped out, honestly. Pretty happy with just taking that little scalp. This is it's a low capital trade, small capital. But we'll see what they do. I think they still have reasons to come up, because they took Australia's high here, and we still have more reasons to come up. They might do it. Came into support, had to change character. Why not? But if they decide to break it down, we are still greater bullish. We've taken some nice liquidity here, set up some really higher time frame stuff that we can see on the 30-minute. Kind of these big pushes down are kind of crazy. A lot of absorption happening here. I feel like they might want to make a run to recover some of this drop. Whether that happens today or next week, I don't know. But at this stage now, money flow to me just seems like it's dancing around to accumulate for some kind of push up. We also have this gap here to fill the rest of this. We did come into this 2-hour block, which is now done. I mean, there's a chance they could tap into it and swing fail, so I'll leave it here. I'll just mark it as mitigated. But I mean, there is a chance that if they want to stay in this range a bit more, that they could just tap some liquidity into this and pull it back, so I'll leave it there. But yeah, for now, I see more reasons for us to push up immediately than to come down. We have a few daily VWAPs here. It seems like we are accumulating in this area. We're ranging out, kind of like I said we might do. Was it Monday? Yeah, like Monday. So we could spend around a lot of time in here. They're definitely doing that. Now, could we drop down? And if we do, what's below us? Well, below us is very precarious kind of situation. Because of what's below us, you would really like to see demand come in, above this to recover this this drop. Coming down into this area, there is a point control here that we could get a little bounce from. There's also a gap down there. I could see them doing something cheeky, but I'd be like so careful, just because of what is below us. And I've been saying this for ages, but like once we start coming down, man, I don't know. I think it's going to be very violent pushes down, very, very aggressive pushes down. So yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they do. Are they pushing down? They are. Interesting. Okay. I think my long just got stopped out. Did indeed. That's fine. Volume is going to be picking up soon, coming into UK. So whatever they were doing, this actually might have been enough. Which is kind of crazy that it happened just at midday. Normally these moves just do not last. Like these midday moves, they get eaten. But apparently they really want to buy. So it makes sense. We have a lot of imbalances up here. I wouldn't necessarily call this a breakaway gap. As in, I wouldn't call it a gap that we won't come back to. We have reasons to come down. We have anchored VWAPs. We have high volume node. We've passed daily point of control. VWAP down here. But we are in a little block that maybe UK could hang around in for a little bit. Depends on what they want to do. We do have a lot of ascending highs or ascending lows here that just seem ready to be eaten up. And it's just another one of those huge these huge imbalanced areas that like not much slow price action I think can happen down here. I think it could just be like a US move if they want to bounce from here. And if not, it could just, it could break down. This 2 hour OB could be a catalyst to bring us down. I did say that it was the only point besides way above it that I would like to short from. And it could bring us down. But I still see a chance of us making our way up to recover some of this move. I do see that. Them kind of pushing up to take profits, to take profits up into here this week. I mean, it could happen. We're still bullish. We've taken large amounts of liquidity, and US could come into here and find some support. It's a bit early for me now. Normally I have a bit more of an idea because I would be making the video closer to the UK Open, or like after the UK Open. But because of my situation today, I'm doing it earlier, so it's a bit harder to say. I don't necessarily have points to mark yet because the Asian session isn't finished, right? So like I can't really mark extreme points yet, and they're normally pretty important for me to understand what's going on. But we have on the NQ, Australia's Sydney's low is still intact, and it was taken, and yeah, depending on what, now this was taken on the ES as well, which is why it's kind of interesting implications of that. But you know, there is a chance that they push it up based off Sydney's low and what it did. You know, I do have little areas in here that we could short, you know, but yeah, it depends what they want to do. If they want to buy, maybe UK could come into here and then we could push it up and bring it down for US, something like that. If they want to stay ranging, you know, they could drag this range out for a long while, which would be nice. I'm kind of liking this range, honestly. I'm feeling pretty clear with the implications of what we do inside this range for now. Relatively clear. Yesterday was a bit. I mean, I did call the levels, but I didn't play them that well. I'm going to be honest with you. But I'm liking where we are. Yeah, I mean, macro wise, not much has changed for me. Let's take a look at money flow. This has been irking me. We shied away from putting in a hidden div on the 12-hour with this. Money flow is just barely thick enough for me to be yeah, I mean, yeah, it is thick enough for it to retrace, but the way they shied away from putting in hidden div in the 12-hour is raising eyebrows from me. Got a nice hidden div on the 8. Money flow hidden div. Deep wave. Still didn't div this, but you know, we did get continuation signs. Go to the 4-hour. Currently printing money flow lower. It's a very active hidden div from this point. So could they stay in this range, come down, take these lows, and just range out more? Yeah, they could, definitely. If they brought money flow up, if they made a hidden div on money flow here, and then they can div that money flow again, right? So they could do that. They definitely could. There's a volume gap down here as well. High volume node, another volume gap here. These are glaring. This is seems like a liquidity area that they could swipe, right? Here. They would really want to stay in the range longer though, wouldn't they? Upside money flow, it did actually just div, you know, relatively it did just div. Money flow only, not waves. So not the clearest signs. We get no wave divs at the moment. We did get a hidden div here. Maybe this is what's materializing at the moment, but this to me seems like it could just be a very extended pullback into structure instead of something that could destroy the range. So, you know, money flow is coming up, and it is genuinely coming up. Like, these swipes have been on very thick money flow. So I do see power still left in this range. Where that power materializes, I don't necessarily know. This huge vector block, you could argue, didn't do a big of enough job. It did change character, but because of how much it spans. We've anchored VWAPs down here as well. You know, they can pull directly into this again and just keep farming internal liquidity. Like, that's really what they're doing. Like, look at these internal. Well, this one's external, but look at these internal swipes. Like, these are crazy internal swipes. And to me, it seems like they're really just farming as much liquidity as possible in order to achieve whatever goal that is. And to me right now, this seems like, contextually, feels like accumulation. Now, you could argue that there's this massive liquidity curve being built here. There is, definitely. There is. But normally they have they have aggressive swipes up, really make a lot of just glaring liquidity for it to cut down easily if they're going to be taking these, right? The amount of work they've done here, I feel like they still have upside, relatively, and I've things marked, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, for today, be careful about this area down here. There are reasons that they might want to swipe into it. Whether UK does it or not, I don't know, but there are some little areas in here that they could comfortably come into. If they bring it up first, so if they do something like maybe like this, I don't know, let's say they come into this block and then we find support. If we come up, we could fill this gap, right? And then US do whatever, like that could happen, right? Something like that. Or, I'm kind of seeing like, okay, maybe we have another pullback or something, and then we like accumulate into this area. See maybe them reversing it here, or they could even be really cheeky and swipe this, because this is liquidity. This is the change of character. They could be that crazy cheeky, getting like a swing fail of those lows, but closes below these lows would make this kind of like this would be you'd have to be very sensitive with whatever you're doing here. Money flow could easily div, but it'd be a very sensitive situation just because it would be breaking through a lot of structure. So I could see that failing as well. This was a notable wave. And we've had actually, on 30-minute we've had constant hidden divergences with money flow. That is notable. There are cases we did fill this gap 50%. We did. So yeah, it's really up to what they do in here, right? Like if they do this kind of thing, or if they really want to bring it down, I don't know what they could do, but like they could bring it down from here. This could be a higher or lower high, I guess. Do we have any more gaps above us? I don't actually think so. We've filled this gap quite a bit now. And by God, we have things to fill down there. So if this is not accumulation, like it would serve a good purpose of extending time out a bit and filling gaps to make this the lower high, which would have a lot of implications if they did do that. Like, oh, we have a daily vector recovery here. Wow, damn! Look at that. Look at that. That is inviting. That is inviting. I tell you that. Wow. That is nowhere, like in no way has that been like mitigated. Damn. Okay. I do like to see that. Yeah, they might be coming up to that area. I have areas marked here. I mean, that is incriminating, What they do today, I don't know. It's Friday. They could set up for next week in some crazy ways. But this is my view on the market, guys. I like what's below us is insane, but I won't let it. I'm not going to let it deter me from what their local objective could be, right? But when we start really coming down, I don't see us stopping for a while. Like this gap, sure, we could definitely get a bounce, but like, man, they've set stuff up like very interestingly here. And coming down to here, imagine whatever they do here. Like imagine like coming down into here eventually, into that gap. That would be insane. That would be insane. Anyway. All right, we'll just have to see what they do. I'm going to play Fridays like I always do. I got stopped out of this, which is telling me that they want to hit deeper bids. So I'll let that play out. See what UK does. Maybe take a few scalps, but I'm pretty happy with the week. I've ended profitable in the week. It's been a good week. I like ranges like this. I like big ranges. They're really fun. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what they do. I'm actually really curious about next Monday or like next week and what their bigger picture plan is. I'm really curious. That red vector up at the highs is that daily red vector is incriminating as hell. So yeah, let's see what they do. All right, peace, guys. Happy trading, and we'll catch you on Monday. Yeah, have a good weekend.